Gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room with an interpreter in Russian. Obey my commands, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch glove, touch the mano. God bless you both.
These are probably the two best heavyweights south of 225 pounds. And if there were such thing as a super heavyweight division in the pros, this fight would likely be for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Eddie Chambers and Alexander Povetkin getting set to embark upon 12 rounds with referee Steve Smoger here in Berlin, Germany. Chambers with 4 career first-round knockouts, although they came earlier in his career. Povetkin has 1. Lennox early in the fight. Obviously, this is uncharted waters for these two, with the stakes as high as they are. What do you look for early as Povetkin tries to establish the jab?
Well, Eddie has to really get used to Povetkin because he's not used to that type of style. So he's going to warm up and just move around and see what he's got coming at him. And Povetkin's used to that style, so he's going to, you know, obviously come at him and try and impose his will on him. You know, I like to say that word.
Despite the fact that Chambers is 3 years younger, he has 107 more rounds under his belt as a pro. Good right hand to the left by Chambers. Backing up Povetkin.
And looking at Povetkin, he seems like he has no sweat on him at all, and everybody seems pretty cold in there. You know, there's no sweat going around from either fighter.
Good hooks to the body by Povetkin.
Both these guys a little loose around the middle, which belies the fact that they both have a high volume output. They're in there to throw punches.
Chambers trying to touch Povetkin with the right hand to the body. Chambers will use that defensive style.
But you know, he doesn't run, he doesn't hold, Bob. He's defensive, but he stays within punching range and moves his hands.
You know, both fighters are getting used to each other right now. In the first round, that's what it is. Both getting used, getting warmed up. This is what they're using for the warm-up round. I'm sure there's going to be more action in the upcoming rounds coming.
Pretty good action here. Crowd strangely silent.
A lot of fans here urging on Povetkin, but maybe the fans are settling into the fight as well.
I haven't really seen any advantage on either side. Povetkin is throwing some punches, but he hasn't really found his target yet.
And he has landed a couple of good body shots, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only part really open for him right now. Fast Eddie keeps his hands up really high, and he hasn't been hit with any silly shots yet. That's the only place you can really hit Fast Eddie in the body right now.
End of round number 1 for Povetkin and Chambers.
Philly, reach up, Philly. Reach it up.
It was okay. I like those body shots. Loved them. The only thing about it, I didn't see no left hook with him. You understand what I mean? And then you're going to let him out. Hustle, you hear the crowd. You know what I mean? Get them jabbing. He can't handle it. When you're jabbing here, guess what he's doing? He's going for it. So what comes next?
Yeah, you know, you have to work. You don't have to stand and wait. You must be the first to take the initiative. See that? When you're close to the rope, stand, you have to throw punches at him. But be quiet, still quiet. And don't forget your left hand. Your left hand, mind you. And be quiet. Don't forget the left one.
So he gets set for the start of round number 2, scheduled for 12. Eddie Chambers and Alexander Povetkin. Fairly even first round. Povetkin did some good work to the body. I heard Eddie Chambers' dad say, don't forget the jab and that left hook. Alex, what's it like after, you get that first round where you feel a guy out, you kind of formulate some things in your mind? What do you look for in that second round?
Well, the second round, really you have to depend on your opponent to help you with that first round, tell you what you need to be doing more of. And just like Eddie's father said, he needs to throw that hook. And at this point, he's just waiting and looking to counterpunch when he should be gaining more of an offense and throwing that jab out there, landing that jab and trying to put his opponent back.
Chambers smothers that combination from Povetkin.
He did, and Chambers has landed all the clean punches to the head, but Povetkin seems to be outworking him.
There Chambers triples up the left hand. Shoots a jab to the chest as well.
See, right here, Eddie's waiting when he shouldn't be waiting. He should be trying to mount attack and throwing that jab out there, scoring some points.
Chambers shoots the right hand to the body. He's mixed up his arsenal here in the second round a little bit. Povetkin looking to dig in. Chambers blocking most of that. Gets a right hand in on the inside. Chambers acknowledges it.
Chambers said going into this fight, he knew he had to put something on Povetkin to make Povetkin respect him. He couldn't just run around the ring. And you can see him trying to do that.
Well, he's standing up to Povetkin, and he has so much talent that he can move around and stay close to him and not get hit, which is good. But he needs to throw more punches, especially a jab out there, because he has to be looked like he's scoring punches, scoring points.
Chambers is outboxing him, but especially here in Germany with a German promoter and a fighter who's fought locally most of his career, Povetkin, you have to wonder how rounds like this will be scored.
And if you look at Chambers, he's got this little slight bend in his waist when he's bending backwards. It kind of reminds me of some old-time fighters that used to do that. And what happens when those guys do that, oh, good right hand. And that was straight on the chin. And it may have woke up Povetkin a little bit.
Feinted the left and shot the right hand and found the button. Povetkin comes back. Chambers with a combination to answer.
And Povetkin swelled up a little under that eye. That's a big mouse under his eye right now.
Right underneath the left eye. Malcolm Garrett is his cut man. Wednesday night, tune in for Inside the NFL Super Bowl show. Join Bob Costas, Chris Collinsworth, Dan Marino, and Chris Carter from Phoenix, the home of Super Bowl 42. As the Patriots try to go undefeated.
Sasha. Yeah. You wait too much. You wait too much. You have to be faster. Don't wait. That hands must be flying just like that. Don't wait for him to take the offense. You're the one. You're the first one. Don't forget, you're the first one.
And here we're going to see the right hand by Chambers right on the button. He throws it, but he didn't throw anything after that. Here's another angle at it. Straight right hand. Needs to throw that hook after that.
Lennox was a great, though, feint of the jab again with the right, then coming in strong for Chambers. Most meaningful punch landed so far in the fight.
And it was one of those punches where it just came out of nowhere and surprised Povetkin.
The difference here is that Chambers is walking a tightrope because Povetkin has fight-changing power with one shot, and Eddie does not.
The left hand to the body by Povetkin. Chambers kind of dips away. That's his style. Again, Chambers blocking a lot of those head shots. Povetkin with a left hook that misses. Good left hand inside by Chambers. Povetkin counter.
That was the first really clean shot Povetkin's landed in this fight to the head, and even that, Chambers rode back and negated its power.
And what Povetkin needs to do is when he goes in there and throws his combination, he can't relax because that's when Chambers is going to have you and he's going to use that speed against you.
Chambers again with the left hook to the body. Povetkin digs in with a combination to the midsection. Good jab there by Chambers. Right hand snuck through from Povetkin. Takes a right hand to the body. Chambers with a left hook back to the body. Jabbing in the right hand from Chambers.
Chambers has a good right hand. It comes really quick and really straight.
And you see Eddie Chambers looking down toward Povetkin's body, and he's thrown right hands down there to make Povetkin respect that shot, and then he shoots the right hand upstairs.
Swelling into the left eye of Povetkin from those right hands from Eddie Chambers. Povetkin ripped the right that Chambers dipped away from. Goes back to the body, and Chambers answers with a hook to the body. There's another right hand from Chambers. Povetkin blocks some of it. Corner of Chambers says work some uppercuts on the inside. Chambers digs to the body, misses the right. Povetkin blocks the right hand that time. Final seconds of the third. What a good round for Eddie Chambers.
Good all-around round for both boxers.
Got a whole minute. You hear me? Okay, now, you know he gets weak after 3 rounds. You hear me? So stop backing up. You heard what Buddy said. Go to the body. When you throw the right hand, be in position to put the left hook with it. How is it? Yeah, it's good. Y'all probably got 1 up. You hear me?
It's 3 rounds.
It's all right. Well, 1-1, 1 even. How's that?
Eddie, give me those hooks to the body.
Yeah, this is another right hand by Eddie Chambers. And this one, you know, straight down the line. Straight at Povetkin's chin. Good right hand.
Sasha, don't forget to duck down. Can you hear me? Duck down.
Good piece of advice, duck down, because Povetkin is eating a bunch of right hands. As we start round number 4, scheduled for 12, Eddie Chambers and Alexander Povetkin. Let's check in with our unofficial ringside score, the birthday boy, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob, thank you. 2 rounds to 1, 29-28 for the little guy, fast Eddie Chambers. Bob, I gotta tell you, in rounds 1 and 3, Eddie Chambers landed some vicious right hands. I thought he won both those rounds. The best shot that he landed was a right hand in round 2, but he had given up the round by the time he landed the darn right hand that almost closed up Povetkin's eye. Be as it may, the guy landed the bigger punches is Eddie Chambers, 2 rounds to 1.
And a good right hand landed by Chambers again.
You know, Povetkin, Eddie Chambers is doing this against the last super heavyweight gold medalist in the world, in the Olympics. He's an undefeated pro. And what's happening in the middle of the ring is Chambers is outclassing Povetkin.
Well, you know, it's just a different style for Povetkin's that I've ever seen. This is a weird kind of style. A man standing in front of you, and he's not really throwing no offense. He's waiting for you to throw, and you're going in there, and you're throwing your combinations, but you're not able to hit him. But yet, all of a sudden, he comes out with a fast punch, and you're saying, whoa, what's going on? I need to make sure that my defense is intact and go after him. But as far as doing more work, Povetkin's doing more work. He's pushing the action, but he's not really getting through with a lot of punches. But
when it comes to getting punched in the face, Povetkin is absolutely dominating the fight.
Yeah, the best bit of advice came from his trainer when he said, remember to duck. Eddie Chambers, very relaxed.
There you saw the big right hand from Povetkin.
Yeah, Chambers was a little off balance as he took that right hand. Counter right by Chambers. Povetkin with the left on the inside.
Povetkin having a better round in terms of clean punching this round.
There's the hook to the body. The corner asked for it, and Chambers obliged. Good left hand to the body by Povetkin. Good left hand to the body from Chambers.
See, Chambers is coming away from his jab when he should be throwing it more. He's dependent on that left hook to the body, left hook to the head, but you can only throw it so many times. You have to throw other punches out there to prepare for that punch, so those punches, you know, Povetkin doesn't see.
Good left hand counter shot by Chambers.
What high-level stuff from both guys this round for heavyweights. Punching in combination in close quarters, standing their ground.
And it's funny, this is a small ring, and they're not. It's not affecting either fighter for heavyweights.
Good fourth round for Povetkin.
Breathe. Deep breath. Go for it. How are you feeling? All right. Listen to me. Listen. Listen. You must be sidestepped. Duck down and sidestep. Yeah, like.
Don't worry about the power. Don't look at him like I'm a combination. When you hit a 10-second tap, you got to finish strong. You understand me? You got to do that, man. From this round on.
You understand?
You understand? When you hit that 10-second tap, you got to finish strong. Just use combination.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Let's
man.
go.
He's not fast enough.
Get set for the start of round number 5. If one of the voices in Eddie Chambers' corner sounded familiar, it's Buddy McGirt, who's been brought in to work with Eddie Chambers. Assisting Eddie Sr.
And that's an important thing, what his trainer just said, you know, don't wait. Eddie needs to really go out there, throw the jab, show that he's, you know, not one of these boxers that just sit and wait. This is what he's doing right now, getting on his toes, trying to do something different, using that jab. He's got a terrific jab, he should use it.
To the head and body. This fight reminds me of Ike Ibuchi and Chris Bird. A fight Ibuchi won the larger man by knockout. Difference is Povetkin is not quite as big and strong as Ike, and Chambers puts more on his punches than Bird.
Povetkin should be pushing the action. He should be throwing his jab too, throwing some combinations and trying to put Eddie against the ropes. You know, right there, he takes a step back. He shouldn't take a step back. He should put in the work.
Yeah, while Chambers blocked the combination, he comes back and scores with a jab of his own. Chambers again digs that left hand to the body. He's had effect with that.
And Povetkin's been working pretty hard. You can see he's a bit winded. And Eddie Chambers looks a bit relaxed. Hasn't done too much work. He's still relaxed, and this is the way you need to be going into a long fight.
In terms of the geometry of the ring, Eddie Chambers has not been pinned on the ropes so far. And the fight in the middle of the ring would seem to favor him.
Chambers blocks that combination. And then he digs a shot to the body.
Good left hook to the body.
Povetkin reaching. Chambers tries to get the jab working. Blocks the right hand from Povetkin. Sticks out the jab again.
What do you think about that, Lennox? The way Chambers leans straight back from those punches. It's a dangerous thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's dangerous, but, you know, he's got the kind of waist that's strong enough to hold him. And, you know, Povetkin was a lot smarter when it came to that. You know, what you do in that kind of situation is punch him in the stomach. You know the stomach can't go anywhere, so a guy leaning back, you punch him in the stomach.
Chambers blocks the combination again. Remember at the end of the last round, his corner said when you hear that tap, final 10 seconds, you got to open it up. Lands a combination to the body, does Chambers. Chambers just misses a right hand over the top.
Povetkin threw a wicked right hand, just missed Chambers as well.
5 entertaining rounds in the books. Here at the Tempodrome in Berlin, Germany.
You're letting him hit you with punches that should never even get near you. You understand? Quit playing, Eddie. When you hit him with a good combination, step up and step over. The step over move. Come on now. You done come too far, too long for this. You got me?
Okay. Come on, Eddie, you gotta let them hands go, man. Come on, let's go. Stop bullshit.
You really
man.
gotta go.
You understand me? Hey.
Think left, right, left, right. Just sort of thing.
Sasha, поспокойней. Ты хозяин, ты хозяин.
The Temperdrum was originally a circus tent outside the Brandenburg Gate, but they had to take it down to build a government building. So they relocated it and built the Temperdrum in the same structure as a circus tent. This is used for cultural events and some sporting events like tonight's boxing between Alexander Povetkin and Eddie Chambers here in Berlin. Good action through the first 5 rounds. Neither man has been down. Chambers has landed some very good right hands in this fight. There's swelling under the left eye of Povetkin. Is Chambers being too patient, Lennox?
He's been a little patient. What he should be doing is blocking that jab by Povetkin and coming back with his own jab. Right now, Povetkin's taking his time because he realizes he doesn't want to punch himself out, and he is getting a little winded, so he's picking his shots.
And as this fight's worn on, Povetkin's done a better job of landing some of those shots to the head in between Chambers' guards.
Yeah, he's settled down a bit, which is important for him. You know, in the first couple rounds, he wanted to go in there and throw some punches. Now he's gotten used to Chambers, and he's really picking his punches. And this is what he needs to do at this moment because he did seem a little winded in the earlier rounds.
Some redness around the left eye of Chambers, where Povetkin has been able to land some right hands.
Well, Povetkin's left eye seems to be closing.
Chambers lands a good right hand to the body. Povetkin answered with one of his own. Left hook by Chambers. He got cautioned for a low blow about 30 seconds ago. Povetkin taps him to the body.
I don't know how much of Povetkin's success, insofar as he's had success in this fight, has been a result of Chambers laying back. Povetkin is busy enough that he makes it difficult for Eddie Chambers to let his punches go without getting hit.
No, what's happening is after Povetkin throws his combination, Eddie stands there, he doesn't answer. You know, Emmanuel Stewart would say, answer him. Don't sit there and take the punches. Answer back with some shots. What happens, the judge is sees this and feels that you're winning the round because, you know, Chambers ain't doing nothing. He's just laying back, waiting for those shots when he should be answering.
Doubles up the left hand to the body, does Chambers.
And when Chambers throws combinations, it looks sweet, it looks good, it looks fast.
Particularly punches thrown in this round, and you see Povetkin much busier than Chambers here in the round.
This has been Povetkin's maybe best round of the fight.
And Chambers is a guy that usually has a pretty good work rate.
Well, the good thing about Chambers is not getting hit with any good shots. The shots are still taking a little strain out of him.
Right hand by Chambers, Lennox.
Yeah, good right hand. Quick right hand to end the round.
Probably not enough, though, to steal the round.
You want to win this fight? Let's stop fucking around, man. All you got to do is go combination.
Sound like me, don't it?
Okay, you sitting there bullshitting, man. You didn't come over there for this.
Did you?
Let's go to work, man.
What's wrong? Here, buddy.
Halfway, Eddie, halfway. Okay.
It's halfway, man. You're just letting it go.
You're giving the fight away, man. Okay. All you got to do is back this guy up and stay downstairs with that right hand to the body. Both hands downstairs, man. Stop looking for the one punch.
Are you? Look at me, man.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Left, right, left. This is how it goes. And you have to push. Keep pushing. If you go left, right, left, it works. It works. Don't forget that. And don't stay where you are. Don't stand there. Keep moving.
Get set for the start of round number 7. Tongue lashing for Eddie Chambers in between round 6 and 7.
Lennox mentioned earlier in the fight, Povetkin looked winded early. In between several rounds, including this one, he's breathing through his mouth, Lennox.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's putting out the work, so you know, this is why you get tired. If you're gonna put out the work like that, you're gonna win yourself. But in a fight, you have to be careful because you still have to remember they still got a couple rounds to go.
All right, let's check in with Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob. You know, for 4 rounds, I had this fight all Eddie Chambers. I mean, he was out working him, out punching him, doing everything. But in rounds 5 and 6, Alexander Povetkin worked for 3 minutes. He really did. He just won rounds 5 and 6 going away. He's in good shape. He throws a heck of a lot of punches, just like he's doing here, and he never stops. He's plodding. I mean, the guy is a plodder. He's slow. There's no question. Not the quickest guy in the world, but in good shape, and he works 3 minutes around. So I got it all even, 57-57, 3 rounds apiece, but Povetkin's got momentum.
All right, Harold. 1 minute into the 7th.
Good scorecard.
I agree.
I don't think Povetkin is slow. I think maybe his hands look slow compared to Chambers, but I think he has good, short, pretty fast punches for a heavyweight.
And he throws punches in bunches, you know, quite active for a heavyweight. Throws a lot of punches, which is important. As far as making sure that they count is another thing. Povetkin's taking a deep breath after a combination, which is concerning to me.
Good right hand from Povetkin, and Chambers walked right through it.
Now, according to CompuBox, the heavyweight average of punches thrown per round is 46. So it really illustrates how busy Povetkin has been with his punch output.
Though we see when it comes to punches landed, Chambers landing significantly more, although not over the last several rounds.
Right. And if you notice, Povetkin, after throwing a combination, his hands come down, so he is a bit winded. He has to be careful of that because every round counts.
I wonder why Chambers, as Povetkin steps in with the right hand, he had that success where he feinted the jab and then threw the right hand. He has not gone back to that series. Left hook by Chambers. Povetkin's always first. Kind of just bore his way through Chambers. Left hand by Chambers, caught the chin of Povetkin, digs a left hook to the body.
You know, this is a combination that the Eastern Europeans always throw. They throw a right hand and end off with a left, which is a jab, which is a straight.
On February 23rd, HBO Sports presents a very special night of boxing programming. On the East Coast, viewers will see the premiere of Joe Louis, America's Hero Betrayed, followed by a heavyweight unification fight between Wladimir Klitschko and Sultan Ibragimov. On the West Coast, viewers will see our live boxing followed by our Joe Louis film. You do not want to miss the Joe Louis film. It is spectacular.
Yeah, I concur in that. We're going to see a Povetkin right hand. He's starting to find his range a little bit.
They get set for the start of round number 8. Scheduled for 12. Lennox, in your opinion, what has Povetkin done to turn the tables here against Chambers?
Well, what he's done is outwork Chambers at the time. You know, being a judge looking at this fight, I'm looking at Povetkin, I'm saying he's putting in the work. And this is what you need to do to win a fight.
Povetkin averaging 72 punches thrown per round. As I mentioned in the last round, the heavyweight average is 46 thrown per round according to CompuBox. So he's really just outworking Chambers.
Povetkin, as Lennox mentioned off the top of the broadcast, is experienced against slick guys, and in the Chris Bird fight, got better as the fight went on. Chambers, on the other hand, throughout his recent career against some decent heavyweights, at a moment where it looked like he should be completely dominating the fight, took his foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe that's happening again here.
Told us it happened in the Calvin Brock fight, his last fight.
And this is the same situation. You got Povetkin throwing punches, Eddie laying back, but he's not answering with the shots, and this is what he needs to do.
That time he tried to answer back. Fast Eddie is slowed down.
And Povetkin is starting the action each time. Every time they break, he's back at it and starting the action, which is good. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you win a fight. This is how you impress the judges, and Povetkin's impressing the judges right now just with his work rate. Chambers looks like he's almost doing a kind of rope-a-dope in a sense, allowing Povetkin to really punch himself out. But we're waiting for something from Eddie to come out to say, okay, you punch yourself out, let me start my work and knock you out.
Occasionally he'll throw that left hook to the body and then follow the right. That time he worked in an uppercut.
Rope-a-dope works if you have the power to stop the guy. Do you think Chambers has the power to stop Povetkin?
Well, he hasn't thrown that many punches so far. And look at Povetkin. Povetkin has almost punched himself out. One good shot by Eddie Chambers may change the course of history in this fight.
Again, it's Povetkin first. Chambers blocks most of it, but he doesn't answer back. Works the uppercut in this time.
See.
And it's 4 back from Povetkin. Good right hand to the body by Povetkin. He rolled to the end of the 8th. Counter shot by Chambers. Shoots the right hand in to punctuate the end of the 8th round.
Sit back, let's lay down. Listen to me now, listen to me. Take a nice deep breath. We need every round, you understand me? You need every round. You gotta keep the pressure on him. You keep the pressure on him, baby, it's your night. You understand me? Work the jab, just combinations, don't worry about power, he's dead tight. When you get inside, work under and bring it up top. I need the water, please.
Give me that water
Okay?
again,
I need
Steve.
you to start here and come up top with your combinations. You got me?
Hey, Eddie.
You're right. You're right. You know, left, right, left. Told you a million times. You know, nothing else. That's all you need to do, essentially. Nothing else. And he's not going to have an easy time with you. Got that? First the left one, then the right. And then the left one ends as well. Got it. Sanya, go for it.
You got me? Let's go.
Bell tolls to begin round number 9, scheduled for 12. Eddie Chambers, 30-0 with 16 knockouts against Alexander Povetkin, 14-0 with 11 knockouts. Reigning 2004 Olympic gold medalist in the super heavyweight division. No knockdown so far in the fight. Chambers had his moments early. Povetkin has used a high work rate to gain control of this fight. Right hand to the body by Povetkin.
See, there you go. Povetkin pushing the action, starting the action.
Good uppercut right hand, though, by Chambers.
Yeah, but we need more of it. If he wants to be successful in this fight, he needs to throw more combinations, especially starting off with a jab. I haven't seen a jab for a minute.
There's a jab and a right hand, Lennox on command.
Towards the end of the last round, and now through this round, Chambers looks like he's going back to outclassing Povetkin in the middle of the ring. But Povetkin's work rate is still keeping Eddie in a defensive mode through much of the round.
You can hear the corner of Chambers saying, step to him. But again,
He throws his hands, he's getting the better of the action, Chambers.
Nice combination inside by Chambers.
Povetkin throwing out his arms because, you know, they seem a bit tight right now, and he's thrown a lot of punches, so he is a bit tired, but he's still winning this round. He's still throwing a lot of punches. Eddie needs to really step up the pace right now if he wants to win this fight.
Chambers has mixed in a few more uppercuts. But again, it's Povetkin first. Right hand from Povetkin. Chambers slaps with the left.
See Eddie Chambers trying to follow Buddy McGirt's instructions from the corner in real time. Buddy says, work the stick. Chambers throws out the jab. Step to him, Chambers does it. But it's like McGirt has to fight the fight from remote control from the corner.
You better keep yelling though.
Eddie's just waiting. He's waiting for that perfect opportunity that's not going to come. You got to make that opportunity out there. You got to throw punches. You got to throw that jab. You got to throw that body punch. You can't wait and watch the other guy throw punches at you.
Again, it's Povetkin, the busier of the two. As we end the 9th round.
Lay back. Put your legs out. Hey, let's go. Let's not put him out. Let's not pick it up, Eddie. You can't take no short. Okay, now listen. When you push him off you. When you push him off you.
Hey, Rosetta.
Okay?
You gotta ease. Oh, okay, go ahead.
And listen to me. When you push him off you, next time you catch him, you push him off you. You push him with your right hand. Drop a hook downstairs.
You got
Eddie,
this thing?
what you're doing is you're throwing combinations. He's coming back. It's not looking good. Okay? Okay? Don't look for the one punch. Combinations. That's all you have to do is throw combinations off the jab.
Understand me? You must start with the left one, finish with the left one, all the same. Can you hear what I'm saying? All right? And then the right from the line. Yeah. Yeah. And you're supposed to be the first to start.
Alexander Povetkin and Eddie Chambers ready for the start of round number 10, scheduled for 12. Let's check in with Harold Letterman, see how he has it scored.
Okay, Bob, 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, Alexander Povetkin. Bobby, he's won 5 rounds in a row. I mean, he just keeps constantly outworking Chambers. When Chambers lands a real good combination, he doesn't sustain the attack. I mean, it's 2 good punches, and he stops, and Povetkin takes over. Like Lennox is saying, he's landing the cleaner shots, constantly outworking, just like he's doing there. Anyway, 6 rounds to 3, Povetkin.
There was an interesting exchange in the corner where McGirt said to Chambers, it's not looking good. And philosophically, there's a question. You know, sometimes a busier fighter looks better than the less busy fighter, even if he's not truly winning the rounds. But here, as Harold mentioned, the busier fighter's actually winning the rounds with his work rate, even though many of the punches are being blocked.
Yes, it's called impressing the judges. You know, you got 4 judges looking at a fight, and if all the judges are watching you throw punches, they're going to give you the fight.
Sure, and that often happens. But here, Lennox, I think forget about impressing the judges. He's correctly impressing the judges. The judges are duly impressed.
He's maintained a ferocious work rate. Last couple of rounds, he's thrown over 90 punches in each round. Right hand snuck in from Povetkin. Chambers with the uppercut.
And that's the first uppercut that Chambers has thrown that I've seen. And this is what he has to do, throw some combinations. I mean, you can't follow a guy around the ring, wait for him to throw punches, and then try and throw one punch in there. You got to throw combinations.
It sounds like the commentary is leaning towards describing the situation from Chambers' point of view. I think that's because the impression that's being left is that Chambers should be better than Povetkin. But so far, he's not been.
Well, when he throws punches, he's better than Povetkin. But he needs to throw a lot more punches to do that. Because when he started out in the fight, he was throwing some great combinations. He was catching Povetkin. But now, he's just laying back, and we can't see the true talent that he has because he's holding it back. He's not throwing the punches. He's not doing what...
That psychological makeup that Povetkin has is part of being a successful prize fighter.
And he strings a combination together that snaps back the head of Chambers.
And, you know, there's an experience aspect as well. If Chambers has had more fights at this level, you know, he would be a lot further along. So this is good experience for him. in either case.
And again, it's even after Chambers has a shot that lands, Povetkin throws the combination back. Even if it doesn't land, he's always answering.
You're letting it go, man. You hear me? You got me? I don't know. What's wrong, man? You can't come this far and just let it go, man. We ain't looking for just no pep talks and shit. You gotta be willing to fight.
You gotta get him out of there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? You gotta get him out of there.
That means you can't stand it with your hands down. You gotta start throwing punches. They don't have to be that hard. They just have to be in combinations, man.
You think it's all too easy? It's not, but it's going. And where you can go, sidestep. See that? Whenever he's coming in.
You have to get him out of there. You gotta stop bullshit. This is where you gotta dig deep. This is where the champions come out. You understand? This is where you gotta dig deep, baby.
Stern pep talk in the corner of Eddie Chambers in between rounds 10 and 11. If you're wondering, the latest knockout Chambers has ever occurred was in the 7th round against Derek Rossi last year.
I mean, Povetkin in the corner looks physically ill. He's looked so exhausted, yet he's the one coming out with the mentality that he needs to throw punches, where Chambers looks relaxed and fresh in the corner, but is not busy enough.
And like I said, he seems like he's waiting for that perfect punch. The perfect punch is not there. You have to work to make that perfect punch
Create
come.
the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Povetkin, since the middle part of this fight, always first. And if Chambers lands, Povetkin answers back. Povetkin steps into a combination. No response from Chambers.
Povetkin is fighting like the hungrier fighter. And it's odd because he turned pro with more fanfare. He was the decorated amateur. He's made more money as a professional.
And quite rightfully so, because he's got more to lose. You can't let, he's saying he's not letting anybody come into his hometown and beat him. So he's putting out the work. He's letting it all hang out. This is what Chambers should be doing. He should be letting it all hang out at this moment. He's got 6 minutes of work to do. Wladimir Klitschko said, you got 9 minutes, can you do it? He said, yeah, well, let's do it. That's what he should be doing.
And he doesn't have 9 minutes anymore. He's just letting the sand drip out of the hourglass as Povetkin puts a combination together to the body.
And at this point, he's looking like a sparring partner, and he needs to be looking like a contender, somebody that wants to win this fight. Things seem like they're not coming together for him, and he seems a bit frustrated in there, but, you know, in these situations, you gotta let it all hang out. You have to have different speeds, and right now I see Chambers at the same speed he started. He needs to change speeds. If you look at Povetkin, Povetkin's letting it all hang. He's throwing a lot of punches.
Yeah, we saw the connect numbers. Povetkin has thrown 65 punches to Chambers 9 in this round, according to CompuBox.
Wow. And as a result of his activity, Povetkin's activity, Chambers is forced to stalk, something he's really not natural doing. And as a result of that, Povetkin is landing more clean punches.
See, what Povetkin's doing is smart right now. He's going in, throwing the combinations, then he's taking a step back and he's moving around because he realizes Chambers is not throwing any punches and it's going to take him a long while to get to him because he's just flat-footed and stepping towards him. The only time Chambers can really hit Povetkin is when Povetkin comes close to Chambers.
Final seconds of the 11th. It has been a lunch pail, blue-collar effort from Alexander Povetkin. Working, 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 and outworking Eddie Chambers.
Wonderful. Breathe. Breathe. Very well.
Oh, man. Eddie, you have to knock him out.
You gotta go there and knock him out.
Okay.
No, you're saying okay, but you're not doing it.
You ain't
can't
doing
afford
nothing.
it. This is it. 3 minutes.
Just knock him
3
out,
minutes, Eddie.
man.
Yeah, you have to grab him, grab him. Can you hear me? Listen what I'm saying. And always finish with the left one. And then that's it. And then that's it. Left first, left last.
All right, let's go.
Don't get in no clinches with him. Keep your hands moving.
12th and final round, Alexander Povetkin and Eddie Chambers.
Wladimir Klitschko told Chambers, you got to go in there and knock him out. Chambers says yes. Wladimir Klitschko said, don't say yes. You need to go in there and do it, because that's what he didn't do before. So,
as a guy who's not a big puncher, to go for a knockout, you have to be willing to get knocked out yourself. I don't know if Chambers has that kind of approach.
well, Povetkin has definitely changed speeds in this fight, and he looks more relaxed. But you know, as far as Eddie Chambers, he's still in that same pace. You know, you have to learn to be able to change speeds and let it all hang out at different times in the fight. And this is the last round, the last 3 minutes. Let it go.
Well,
Time to shine.
We asked Povetkin yesterday about the success of the Russian heavyweights, and he said, old school training with old school trainers. This has been an old school, gutsy performance by him.
Indeed it has. And incidentally, he has hit Chambers cleanly a lot over the second half of the fight. Not as a percentage of the punches he's thrown, but whatever. You know, he's hit him a lot.
And even
that takes skill.
Even the ones that didn't hit him, he's still hitting the arms, and there's still that power and body involved. So, you know, even that punch, hard punch, but still affects Chambers because he's taking it. He has to absorb it.
When you take a look at this fight, Chambers has become a spectator over the second half of the fight. Povetkin just digging in. Chambers has no answer.
You know, Chambers must don't realize this is the last round, but Povetkin realizes this is the last round. That's why he's letting it all hang out. He's putting in the work, and he's making sure that he's going to win this fight.
Well, maybe it really speaks to the fact that Max mentioned earlier. Is he willing to go out with his boots on and take those risks? He said he would, but he's not.
Well, we're not in there taking those shots from Povetkin. Maybe Chambers tasted his power early in the fight and thought, I can't get caught with anything. I have to be careful. And Povetkin also walked through some excellent pinpoint shots from Chambers, which may have discouraged him.
Chambers misses the counter.
Povetkin is doing the right thing. He's staying far from him because there's no way Eddie Chambers is going to come after him. All Eddie Chambers is sitting back and waiting to absorb those punches. So what he does, Povetkin, he goes in, throws a combination, then steps out of the way and walks around. There he goes, walks around. He has time to break. At that time, Chambers is supposed to be going after him and trying to score a knockout, at least trying to catch him with a punch.
Too little, too late. Alexander Povetkin of Russia. Not glitzy, but very effective here in Berlin.
Good fight, both of them, good fight.
Excellent performance by Povetkin as he just went to work in the second half of the fight.
What? You know what we do? Like the swimming, the basketball, and all that. But hey, listen, Eddie. It's a combination of things.
Harold Letterman scorecard 117-111 as Povetkin just dominates rounds 5 through 12.
You hear me?
Eddie Chambers had things going early, but the volume of punches from Alexander Povetkin, a huge determining factor in this fight. It will go to the judges' scorecards. And here are the three judges. Dion Duarte from South Africa, Phil Edwards from England, and Alejandro Lopez from Mexico. Not your normal grouping of judges that you get for championship fights or high caliber fights. So not a lot of resume on the three judges.
Promoter Joe Goossen's idea here, he's Chambers' promoter, was to bring in international judges from an international setting instead of local judges who might tend to favor the local fighter.
And in the last two rounds, according to CompuBox, when Chambers' camp was urging him to go for the knockout, He threw 15 punches in round 11 and only 16 punches in round 12.
Which, if you're Alexis Arguello, might work, but
or George Foreman.
Or George Foreman, or a real savage puncher, which Chambers is not.
You see the left eye of Povetkin. That happened early in the fight when Chambers was having success with the right hand. Impressive performance by Povetkin. He willed himself in this fight, really.
He did. And also, I think we understated his skill a bit. By the end of the fight, he was the successful counterpuncher, outboxing Eddie Chambers in the middle of the ring.
All right, they tally the judges' scorecards as we await the official decision for Alexander Povetkin and Eddie Chambers. Will Chambers suffer his first loss, or will it be Povetkin?
But guess what? Hey, and you know it. You know what? That's good.
Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Dion Duarte, 117-111.
Good tough guy.
Alejandro Cid Lopez, 119-109. Phil Edwards, 116-112. All to the winner by unanimous decision. Now the #1 heavyweight contender in the world for the IBF title. He is the Ruski Vitez, the White Lion, Alexander Sasha